Welcome everybody to part 1 of I don't know how many because I haven't edited all yet of Dracula's Revenge. This is another very difficult campaign in the Balkans, and if it's anything like the last one, you know, Basilius or Rum, or the next one, Lazarus, fighting the Ottomans is so much fun. I hope you enjoy this video while you watch me descend into madness and we get ready to impale the Sultan. Alrighty, so I messed up on the audio on this one, so we're gonna have another voiceover like this, like we did for the Room video a while ago, which, you know, same area of the world, just on the other side of the strait. Or the strait. That's a strait, right? Between, Anatolia and Constantinople. I don't remember. But anyway, you can see me taking, you know, the usual +1 mana privileges. We are not going to take the cheaper advisors because we can't afford them just yet because we're starting as Moldavia. And usually what we do here to start, if my preview wants to show me what we're actually doing, is we have to no CB Wallachia, and we have to prepare ourselves for that no CB war, which is usually pretty annoying. So what we're going to do here is, you know, recruit some new regiments, and as well as the Free Company, and then we just have to wait that month. And once that month ticks by, you're going to see in just a moment, you know, sometimes I was trying to get Lithuania on my side because sometimes independent Lithuania can be an ally because Poland hates you because you don't become a march. So once we get into December, no Casus Belli on Wallachia, because if you don't no CB Wallachia, then what's going to happen is they either get guaranteed by Hungary, they get guaranteed by the Ottomans, or either Hungary or the Ottomans will declare on them before you can, and you just can't get anything. So we need to do this no CB so we could start the war and, you know, start getting our little bit of a power base. You see, after I started the war, I let them walk onto my fort because no matter what, they will always attack your fort first. And, you know, I wanted to get a couple more morale ticks up on my Free Company so I don't lose as many people when we eventually fight the Wallachian army. And there we go, we win that battle right there, and then we're just gonna try to siege them down as fast as possible. You can also see up in the corner that Roman has begun his invasion, and that event basically tells you, do you want to be a march of Poland or a march of Hungary? Or if there's a third option where you stay independent. And what we're going to do is we're going to let Roman become the new ruler, but we're going to stay independent, and the way we're going to do that is by, you know, lowering maintenance on the forts, letting him take control of it. And one of the cute little things you're going to see in, I think, the next clip is once they do take control, when you are below force limit and rebels break your country, some of the rebels stay as actual units and they join your army. Look, right there. There they are. Also, we have a 3-star general, which is pretty dope early on in the game. So one of the main issues I was having with this run was I was always waffling between, do I try to fight the Ottomans first or Hungary first? The Ottomans or Hungary, depends on my alliance sets, you know, depends on what's going on. But then I realized I just need to choose. I'm going to fight this person first and prepare for them, because every time I would try to, you know, go back and forth, I would get caught between both options and then just collapse. But here, I purposefully got, you know, Bohemia, Serbia, even Bosnia as allies, so I could gun forward, declare this war on Hungary, and get everything I need out of Hungary. And of course, they were also allied to Austria. We just sacked Vienna, which means we're going to get you know, a little bit of devastation, but a little bit of money as well. And money is always going to be an issue in this game because even though it looks like we do very well, we're going to be very poor the entire time because these early wars just keep us in debt for a long, long time. So anytime we can, we're going to, you know, money war reps, money war reps, money war reps. But in the case of Hungary specifically, we need to get 100% war score so we can take the following deal. You need to vassalize Croatia. You need Maros in order to form Romania, and then you want to connect your lands. So we're also going to take the 3 provinces between our, Wallachian holdings and the Croatian holdings. So that's 97% war score right there, you can see. And that's everything we can possibly take from Hungary in this first war. The reason why we vassalized Croatia is because, it's a little less aggressive expansion, and because Croatia is the Balkans. Like, that's the edge of the border of the Balkans. You're going to see it again in the Lazarus run. You might have seen it in, that Rome run we did do earlier. Maybe not Rome, but, Byzantium, whatever other place says that we need Balkans. So, I'm allied to Bosnia, Serbia, Albania, Bohemia. You're going to see, I'm going to try to get more allies. I'm constantly going to be fishing for allies wherever I can. But right now, I'm declaring this war on the Ottomans, and I'm going to go into massive debt for it because I saw that they were at war with someone else on the other side of, Anatolia. So it's going to take a little while for their troops to come back. So I'm going to buy a couple of mercenaries, and then I'm going to gun it for their capital and try to catch Constantinople as fast as I can. My navy is too small to do anything, and I don't even have the DLC to naval barrage, so I can't even barrage the fort and then take it as fast as I possibly can. So right now we are going to get a little bit caught by this Ottoman army. I am going to show a couple of these battles, but the Ottoman army, nearly catches us. We are relatively even in, our units, and it is super annoying because Serbia and Bosnia don't want to join the war because they are threatened by us, which I don't know how to get rid of that modifier. It's super annoying and I hate it, and it doesn't make any sense. Like, I've been friends with them for, 15 years. We fought in a war together already. Why are you threatened by me? Why aren't you my friend? And, if I had them in this war against the Ottomans, it would have been a lot nicer. But you can see we're just trying to race sieges. They went up to Giurgiu, but they ran away. Now they're sieging Albania, which I don't really care if they siege down Albania. I don't even think Skanderberg is alive anymore. But you see, we take Constantinople. We're going to try to get Gelibolu. And we cannot stay in this war for too long. You see, I'm buying even more units, and we are super over force limit. I'm going way into debt, and this is not going to leave us alone even until 100 years later in this game. So now you can see I'm going to catch them on my fort. We catch them. I'm going to get those extra units, get them together. We're going to catch Ak-Kayunlu's troops, and we are going to stack wipe them. No, not stack wipe them, but we are going to get back to Constantinople. We're going to try to carpet siege over here in the Balkans, just get enough war score so that we can take what we want and what we will need. And again, we are going into major amounts of debt. I get my first idea here, and really the only idea I think is reasonable is quantity ideas. So that's what we're going to be going for. You can see I have almost no manpower. It's going to make the armies cheaper as well, so that's going to work out for us. And I do think this probably was a mistake to call this war, because I should have done what I do in the Lazarus video, where we wait for Miltex 7, get cannons, and then overwhelm them with cannons. But I thought, now or never. I don't think I can wait to take the rest of the Balkans, because the Ottomans are just going to get more and more powerful on the other side. They were at war with, a couple of guys over there. They had taken Karaman super fast, and, a couple more battles being won right here. Goes really well for us. And now it's just a matter of, trying to take whatever we can. You can see I had money there, but in order to get Constantinople and Gelibolu, I can't take the money, which is it's a kick in the dick, because I really needed the money to fix my economy, which now I can't really get. And this is, the maximum amount of war score we're probably going to be getting. So, it is what it is. We are going to be happy with getting Constantinople, breaking the kneecaps a little bit of the Ottomans and pushing on forward. Now you can see we are improving relations, forming Romania, and that's a really nice blue color on the map. It is a little bit of border gore right now, but that is just how it goes when you're playing in the Balkans. After this, You see, I am already on my second idea group, and I'm playing around with some of these ideas, but we go religious because we are Orthodox. We're going to be converting a lot of Sunni. We're going to be converting some Catholic. It's just a good idea. Plus, once we get there, we're going to have the the CB to go to war with anyone we want. I was thinking admin because, it's good for administrative efficiency. Economic, not exactly what we need right now. So, just went for the religious ideas. Now we're going to declare war on some of our old friends. You can see I have new friends in Naples and the Mamluks. We somehow got the Mamluks as our ally, which was fantastic, and they're going to help us in the next war against the Ottomans. But we're going to war against Bohemia, and the reason why I don't co-belligerate Hungary, and this is going to be a recurring theme in this video, is that Hungary, they allied Poland. So, okay, I can't, they were allied to Austria. Now they're allied to Poland. So I don't know how they got the alliance with Poland. But, oh wait, no, that's later. Spoilers. But we break their alliance with Austria right now, so we can go to war with them later. Spoiler alert, they're going to ally Poland, and then we're going to have to break their alliance again in a different war. Yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. But you can see we're sitting on Bosnia right now. We're going to full annex them in just a moment. Just waiting for that fort to fall at the last second. And there we go. So, again, I would have loved to have taken more land from Hungary, grow our power base even more. And right here, we fulfill the mission to found Bucharest. In order to do that, you need a workshop and a church in Giurgiu. And then it gets renamed to Bucharest. It gains +1 mana point and everything, becomes the capital, and -10 dev cost until the end of the game. So that's pretty cool. It also gives us permanent claims on Transylvania, which is up in Hungary, which is, someone I would have loved to have gone to war with and taken a lot of land from, which would have been really nice, but they were still allied to Austria. I didn't want to fight Austria. So now, because I am allied to Austria. So now we drag in Austria, Naples, the Mamluks, and go to war against the Ottomans once more. Here I'm going to show you another quick little battle against the Ottomans. And you can see, again, I declared this war because I saw them at war in the east against Karakiunlu. And I thought, okay, we're going to catch them out again. Their armies are way out east. We're going to be able to dive in, take whatever we want. And we kind of do. Their army is just a little bit better than ours. And, their siege ability is going to be off the charts. They're the Ottomans. But I was trying to see if I can take this battle. I was thinking, will I, won't I? I was trying to bait in, my allies to help us out. I even shell out some more money for a morale guy. And, that's, again, the theme of this entire video is just struggling against the Ottomans. Like, there isn't too much I can do. And you can see we even lose this battle, but, or we lose a lot of men in that battle, but the Austrians come in at the last second. We get Kocaeli. We're going to siege down their capital, which moved over from Constantinople, and we're going to impale the Sultan, which kills the heir and their ruler. They gain a lot of devastation, and everybody loves us for impaling the Sultan. The reason why we didn't do that in the last war was because in order to get that mission, you have to ally an Ottoman rival. And, well, we have 2 of those now, Austria and the Mamluks. We didn't have that before. So here in this war against the Ottomans, I'm not releasing Byzantium. I'm just taking all of the land that would have belonged to Byzantium and just kind of trying to squeeze them in on the Balkans. So I can take them all myself. Like, they do still border Albania and Venice, but Albania and Venice haven't declared war on them just yet, and I doubt they would. So I'm just trying to make sure no one else can get in, get all that juicy land. And you can see I'm even debating, do I take Kocaeli here so I can have that land access? Do I, take a little bit more money? And again, the money is low. My manpower is at 0. I do need as much money as I can get. And even though I'm not getting 100% of the money, like I'm only getting 200 ducats out of this, I need as much as I can get. I am way, 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 way in debt, and it is rough. We're going to be in debt the entire game, basically. Just trade more debt for more debt. And you can even see the little bankruptcy thing pop up. Right here, we're going to go to war with Serbia, who is allied to Hungary, which, again, didn't co-belligerate Hungary because this time they were allied to Poland. And I would have loved to have taken more from Hungary in this war, but, they're allied to Poland. I guess I can't. So I figure, I'll go back to war with them after this truce is over. So it was just really annoying because in any other game, in any other universe, I would have taken all of Hungary's lands by now and would have had just, that bigger power base underneath me. But we are going to force vassalize Serbia. We're going to get a lot of reconquer cores in the Balkans. And we're also going to release Bulgaria in just a moment as well. I know I had Bulgaria, or I didn't release Bulgaria earlier because you need that land to, form Romania. But then I release them now so I can do, strong duchies, and so I can, just all those juicy reconquest cores. So right here, I'm going to war with Albania. I'm not going to co-belligerate Venice because even though we do need the Venetian lands, they have very powerful allies. And in this case, Venice was allied to France. So make them break the alliance with France, make them break the alliance with Genoa and Siena and whoever else they're allied to. And I figure, after this war, I'm going to see what their alliances are. And hopefully when this truce is over, we can go to war with them. But that's not exactly how it works out. Like I mentioned with Hungary, they're just going to find another powerful ally and it's going to be super annoying. So we peace out Venice, we make them break a bunch of alliances, we get Albania. We're not going to release Albania because they only have like 2 more, or not even, just the 1 core on Venice that it wouldn't be worth releasing them again. Because we would also release them from Apollonia, if I remember correctly, so not even worth it. The truce with Hungary is now up one more time. We finally can declare that war against Hungary to take as much land as we possibly can, and again increase our power base. And from here, you can see we're converting. I'm going to take all of Transylvania, which was our permanent claims, and I do want to take as much money in war reps as I possibly can. Gotta try to fix the economy. And I'm wondering, do I want to loop all the way up there, next to Bohemia, cut off Poland from being able to invade Hungary so I could have Hungary all to myself, that kind of thing. So I just opt for taking, money, all the money I can get, all the war reps I can get, and returning one of the cores to Serbia, because that was also the point of this war. And there we go, conquer Transylvania in the mission tree. The mission tree is not that big. It's not that special. The coolest thing on the mission tree is impaling the Sultan, and it's not even that good. Like, oh, you kill their ruler. Cool. Like, if you play Chagatai versus Ming, you just do that for free. So we're going back to war against the Ottomans. We got Austria and we got Naples, and I'm 90% sure Austria had PU'd Bohemia at this point too, so it's not just Austria. But you can see I'm trying to bait the Austrian troops to go attack their siege in Constantinople, and they're just not coming. So eventually Naples attaches to me, and I go, and we're going to lose this battle, but it's going to draw Austria down and relieve the siege in my capital while I siege them from the other side on Trebizond. Trying to go towards their capital, you know how it goes. You saw the truce expired with Venice, but we're in the middle of this war right now, so we can't exactly, drop everything. But at the end of this war, we are finally going to sue for peace, return as many cores as we possibly can. There are going to be those 3 little provinces left over that we're going to have to go back to war with the Ottomans, but, they are pretty manageable now. It's still a tough battle because they haven't completely collapsed on the Eastern Front. Like, they're still expanding into Persia, but, because the Mamluks were my ally, couldn't exactly do everything in the war, Here, I'm in a defensive war against France to help out Austria, and at the beginning of this clip, if you want to go back like 5-10 seconds, you saw that Poland was occupying the Ottomans, and that's very important because In just a second, we're going to switch back over, and we're just helping out our buddy Austria here. Didn't want to take the prestige hit, but Byzantium gets released, as well as a couple of other smaller nations on Anatolia. So after Byzantium gets released, guaranteed by Poland, we just check back, every couple of months to see if Poland is still guaranteeing them. And then once they're not, well, that was free land. Thank you very much. We didn't even have to go back to war with the Ottomans, although it might have been a good idea to, because they have a lot of money we could have taken. But, it's just us versus the Byzantines, and they have rebels they can't even deal with, so very easy cleanup on these last 3 provinces, and a little bit of money for my trouble. Next up, we annexed Serbia, and you can see right here, I kind of make another weird mistake. This was, again, me trying to break Venetian alliances by declaring a different war, and I didn't realize it at the time, but I declared a trade superiority war against Ragusa, which, if it was a conquest war, would have been nice, easy, simple, stupid, but it was not. So I can't take any land in this war, which is super annoying. So, okay, let's go break some Venetian alliances, and oh, would you look at that? They are allied to Poland. So once again, Poland, kind of cucking us on the back end. We gotta break that alliance, wait for Venice to have that whatchamacallit go away, and just roll our eyes, go to the next one. And this is taking a lot longer than it should, because these guys have gotten so many more powerful allies than I could have imagined. In no other game do I see Venice ally Poland. Venice and France, maybe, but Venice and Poland, never. Hungary and Poland, never. What is going on here? So, after that war with Ragusa, I force religion, transfer trade power, do whatever the hell, because, we're going to have to go back to war with them eventually anyway. We integrate Bulgaria, which is, one more step into getting all of the Balkans. I just need some holdings from Venice, and we can, finish it off. And here we are, Venice allied to Burgundy and an Aragon that is not only independent, but they are bigger than Castile. So, again, this is going to be a really tough war. And at the end of it, even though we call in everyone we can, Austria, Milan, Naples, and Tuscany don't want to join, we just do our best here. And the war is going pretty well until, here's a battle we win. But you can see right there, Austria occupied Zara. And we need that province because that's in the Balkans. But Austria doesn't want to give it back. Here we are winning another battle, and you can see, we're winning these battles. This is not going poorly. But because Zara is not held by us, we can't take... That's literally the one province we needed. We don't need those islands. Technically, those islands that, attach to Greece are not in the Balkans. So we don't even need those islands. But Crete is in the Balkans for some reason. If we just had Zara, it would have been perfect. But I wasn't about to, release Dalmatia and then curry favors, which is, something you've seen us do before. Again, with Austria back in the Basilius video. But you can see just here, my economy is in shambles. It's awful. Right here, we declare on Ragusa again. That will drag in the Ottomans because the Ottomans are, protecting their independence still for some reason. I don't know why. But we will declare on Ragusa this time to conquer it. And after we do that, we'll take whatever we can from the Ottomans' money, war reps. You can see they're just kind of there at the tip end of Anatolia. And, yeah, just a few more wars, hopefully. It's going so wrong, guys. So money, war reps from the Ottomans. We use that to embrace the institution in just a little bit. I don't think I show it, but you can see the notification up on the top. And yeah, there it is. Embrace colonialism. And right here, we could see, again, Let's try to do this war against Venice for this last province. They're still allied to a huge Aragon. And, I thought, okay, this is going to go just like the last one did. And boy, was I wrong. Because, whoopsie daisy, we're bankrupt. So, in this war, you can see I just went bankrupt. They're unsieging, that one fort. They're kicking our asses because I think they pieced out Austria at this point. So I just go, shit. White peace it is, I guess. And they won't even give me Zara. Like, I click on it. It's like 7% war score. We're only at 5% war score. They're all at medium. Oh, I guess they didn't piece out Austria, but I was just really scared. And I'm like, I don't want them to come back from this. So, Austria was getting beat up. The Mamluks joined the war. They were getting beat up. I was very scared that I was going to lose all my progress in this war because we went bankrupt. And it's just one province. In hindsight, I should have just tried. I should have held on for just a few more ticks, but I go for the white piece. I'm like, I don't think it's going to be worth the risk, even though we have the Mamluks and the Austrians on our side, and things just keep going wrong from here because in bankruptcy, bad things happen. And Poland, you're going to see it in just a second. Poland, who has been a thorn in our side the entire game just by virtue of, their alliance sets, they decide, hey, let's go to war. And at this point, Austria had already disowned me as an ally. And I think at this point, it was only Russia was my ally. So it's me and Russia versus Poland, and they are wiping the floor with us. So I say, okay, what do I have to give up? Because I have holdings I can give up. And thankfully, all they want is Moldavia, which is not in the Balkans. So that light red right there, that's not in the Balkans. I can give that to them. They also want some land from Russia, which once I scroll up in a second, you'll see that. But this is really lucky for us. They kicked our asses. Our economy is still in the shitter, but they just wanted stuff from Russia and they wanted Moldova. They wanted Moldavia, which technically we don't need. We needed it to form Romania, sure, but we don't need that. And that is kind of the bright side here. This was pretty bad for us, and it was unlucky how it went, but we didn't have to give up money. We didn't have to give up war reps, just a little bit of land. And honestly, that's the best case scenario. Finally, I decide, you know what? We started the game with a no CB war, and we're going to cheese it with another no CB war at the end. We're going to attack one of Venice's allies in the Knights. And instead of dealing with the massive Aragon and the Burgundy that Venice is allied to, which I don't know how Burgundy is still independent at this point, we just declare a no CB war on the Knights. We get the one province we need from Venice. There it is, Dracula's Revenge, right down there in the corner. And that is the end of it. This was another painful one. On if I were doing power rankings of all these runs and drives I've done, this would be second underneath Room. Room would be the most annoying and the hardest. This would be second, Romania. Third would be probably Basileus, because we had to fight the Mamluks a couple of times as well. And fourth would probably be Lazarus, which should be coming out next week. And yeah, that was this was a painful run. And again, it's because early on in that first war against the Ottomans, I put myself in so much debt that hamstringed me for the rest of the game. If I wanted to play it a little bit smarter, I would have taken all of the Balkans first, and I might have waited to declare that war against the Ottomans until I had cannons. Like, you'll see I do that in the next video, Lazarus, which is playing as Serbia and doing the same thing. And you're going to see how much better it goes when I have to, play as Serbia instead. Because, being isolated at the start, where my only attack targets were, Poland, Hungary or the Ottomans, and I didn't want to go to war with Poland. It was rough. This was a really, really rough one. Not the hardest, because Kataman is just an infinitely worse start, but this was really, really rough. And here's me in live. I was saying, oh, I'm going to go play Japan next because that's a lot easier, which that was a lie too. The Japan run is much more difficult than this Romania run, but this was another challenging run. It was another fun run, and it really goes to show how difficult some of these powers could be depending on, what happened. The alliance sets with Venice made them too powerful for me to take on one-on-one. Hungary, was a pushover, but they were still annoying because they had powerful allies. So this was a run that I think I would want to try again and hopefully get a little bit luckier on. And I mean, luck is always going to be a factor in these types of games, but it was fun. It was very fun. So I hope you enjoyed this type of video again because of the audio issues I had in the live recording, and we will see you in the next one. Have a good night.